Hello guys and girls, in this video I'm looking at all these fakes. I got over 25 of these here. Now, the reason I call these fakes is because my definition of fake is something that is stamped with a hallmark, and the hallmark will say something like 925, it may say sterling, it may say STER, which usually stands for sterling on the real pieces. It could also say silver on it, or it could be stamped with 14K, 18K, 10K for gold. It could have something like one of these here, actually two of these here, they say Tiffany & Co. So it could be stamped with some kind of a branding. All of the stuff that you see in front of you in this video, all of these are fake. They all stamped, some of them stamped with 925, some of them stamped with, actually will say silver sterling, some of them will just have 925 stamp and nothing else. In this video I'm not going to be testing any of these. I have tested all of them. They all come out as nothing. There is no silver here, there is no gold, and none of these are silver plated and none of these are gold plated. So they're definitely 100% complete fakes. What I'll do, I'll push all of these aside and we'll take a look at all of them one by one. The purpose of this video is for you actually to be aware that when someone is selling something to you, usually people say, well, you see there is a stamp, there's a 14K stamp, there is 18K stamp, there's 22K, there is STER, there is 925 there. There's so many hallmarks on it, right? Or multiple hallmarks. All of these could be fake. Keep that in mind. You do want to use chemical kit to test and make sure that these things are not fake. However, chemical kit will not always give you 100% certainty. The only true way to verify is you have to take a piece, cut it in half with a saw, and then apply the acid to the center of the piece to see whether it is gold or silver. And that will be the true test. Now, we do not do those kind of tests for the obvious reasons. You're going to destroy the piece completely. Once you have done tests like that, you literally turn the piece into the melt value of whatever it was. So the best testing that we can do is to file it with a file and go deep into the metal, but that's going to leave a mark. Another good way, there are certain properties that we're looking for. If it's, for example, silver, it shouldn't be magnetic. Same goes for gold. If it's 925 silver or 800 silver, it's going to be fairly flexible. That's another helpful tip there. If it's solid silver, it's going to have certain look. Plated silver looks, especially cheap plated silver looks, it has a different tone to it, different color when you're looking at it in the daylight. If you're talking about high quality plated silver, that's gonna look very, very similar to the real silver, the tone and many other things. But a lot of plated stuff like that will not be flexible as the real silver. So there's always a little caveats here and there that you can use to determine if it is a real thing or not. So let's go ahead and start. What I'll do, I'm gonna push all of these aside and we'll be looking at all of these one by one. Okay, so let's take a look at this piece. This is one of the biggest ones that I've got. Very interesting piece. It's very long chain. Let's just start from beginning. See how long it is? So it goes from here and then goes all the way around. It's super long one. I didn't measure it, but it's pretty long. Probably like 30 inches or 40 inches. So this piece is not gold, it's not silver. The reason I picked this up because it kind of looked like tarnished silver if you look at it. But the funny part is that on this piece right here on the other side, right there, it's actually stamped with 14K. So first when I picked it up, I was like, that's very interesting. So it is silver or it is tarnished as silver. It's stamped 14K. So right away I knew that it's something that makes no sense. friends, and I figured I just gonna take a risk. I think I paid for this one probably, honestly I don't remember, probably like under $5. For the items that I take a risk on, I tried to pay under 10. For this one I think I paid under 5. This is complete garbage. It's not testing as anything. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. If you were to clean it, maybe it's gonna look nice and white. Maybe somebody wants to use it as a costume jewelry. So there you go. This is, said very simply, costume jewelry. Let's call it that. Next one. Next piece is this. These are the two rings. I think maybe these are called love rings, but I think this is just like a necklace. You just attach it right there. These are actually stamped Tiffany & Co. right there, and they have 9 to 5 there and everything. The other one is stamped as well. They both stamped. Complete fake. There's nothing to it at all, not plated, nothing. It's just stamp on a piece of metal. Fake, right? Again, fake because they're lying about what it is, right? They have stamped it, looking like a real thing, but it's not. When I picked it up, I kind of knew it's probably fake just because of the color. If you look at the color, you see how it's not completely white, almost like a rainbow of color there. There are many different color mixtures there. So that's what gave it away to me, that it's not a real thing. But again, for a couple bucks, I just figured I'll pick it up and see what it is. So there we go. So that's completely fake. So if you're buying something similar to this, something looking like this, be sure to ask for the chemical test. If you're buying it privately, be sure to give it to somebody, take it to somebody who actually can verify this thing and confirm that it's a real thing and real deal for you. Let's move on to the next one. Now we have this pair of earrings here. These are stamped with something on the back. I couldn't actually figure it out what they stamped with. Maybe it says Mexico in there. That's what I was thinking, but again, I couldn't figure it out. Again, when I bought it, I probably paid like under $5 for these, maybe $3 or something, and I figured these could be real, but again, they turned out to be completely fake. Even the holding pieces, the clasps here, even these are fake. So, and the reason I picked these up, because you see right here, it kind of looks white. Right here, like you have a little bit of white. Let's see if you can play with the color there. You can see it's a little bit of white there. And then on this side here, on the back, you can see green. Right? You can see it's a little bit of green and white. So I figured on a lot of silver pieces that I have seen, sometimes you're gonna see the green markings. On the copper you can see it, but on the silver I have seen it as well. So that's what kind of gave it away for me. And again, just wasted money on this. Well, again, $5, whatever, cup of coffee, right? But again, to me, if these would have been real, they could have been sold maybe for 30 to $50, maybe more. That's what we have here. Let's move on to the next one. Next piece is right here. This one is actually, it's 2 pieces. Oh, it's 3 pieces. My goodness. Okay, there we go. Next piece is this. It is marked Tiffany. It's fake, completely fake. So it's got this attachment right here. The clasp is marked as well on the other side with 9 to 5. 100% fake. None of these are real. If you were to look to buy something like this, there you go, you know, to test it, you know, to don't trust these things, and you definitely have to verify it, because there's so many fakes out there. Again, don't trust the people that say, oh, you know, I know 100% it's a silver, right? By the way, these 25 fakes, this is not everything that I'm showing. I just figured I'll do the video because, I mean, I had a full jar of these. It was a huge, I don't know, like probably 1 liter, maybe 2 liters jar. These particular pieces somehow left behind it. I'll figure I'll do the video on them. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to the next piece. And the next piece is this chain. Now with this one, I gotta tell you, I was quite disappointed actually, because I did like it. This thing is definitely stamped with 9 to 5. Right there, it says 9 to 5 Italy. It has a beautiful clasp. It has this double security, so it has this little pin there, and then it locks in like that. And then you have this additional pin right there. So you have the double lock there, and that's what kind of gave it away for me, as well as the color. Look at this pretty color. This chain is very, very beautiful actually. I find it quite unique. The way it's been designed, take a look at the design as well. Let me just open this for you so you can see it lying flat. It's kind of one of those choker necklaces. There you go. That's how it looks. It's really beautiful. If this would be silver, I would probably be willing to easily pay for this a couple $100 because I really liked it. Yeah, so having said this, test your jewelry. Don't just trust anyone that says, even if it's at the store. I have seen so many times situations where people are gonna buy something. Seller at the store will say, well, look, it has a stamp, it's 9 to 5, right? So you can go ahead and safely buy it. Well, guess what? That's unfortunately not the case at all. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece right here. This is a ring, nothing special. It has a little bit of stones there, stones are fake. The whole ring is fake, actually. Again, stamped with 9 to 5, nothing special. If you see a ring like this and you want to buy it, be sure to have this ring tested before you're gonna waste any money on that ring. Here's another piece right here. Looks like silver. And the reason I bought this piece because it kind of looked like tarnished silver. It's very small actually, nothing special. But this stone, not stone, it's just a piece of plastic there, that kind of gave it away for me that it's probably fake. Inside the silver ring, they would probably, wouldn't put a plastic, they would at least put a glass, or maybe they would put cubic zirconia in the piece. This piece is very interesting. It's actually 100% fake again. This piece is stamped on the back there that it's sterling silver. Right there you can see it. Definitely not sterling silver, definitely nothing special, complete fake. Let's move on to the next piece. This thing is completely fake again, stamped. I think there's something on the back, there's written something on the back, and then right there it says silver or STER. I think there's a 9 to 5 stamp there as well. So again, complete fake, nothing special. If you were to see something like this, if you want to buy it, be aware that these things, there could be a real one out there, right? So that's why you want to test these things, that's why you want to verify instead of just trusting that it's a real piece. Let's move on to the next one. This is a ring. Stone is actually glass. It's not plastic, but again, nothing special. It's got bent a little bit from testing. I was pressing it too hard. Very soft metal. That's the thing that could fool you at the store. You can try to bend the ring and see if it bends, and if it does, you may think, oh my goodness, that's probably silver. Don't be in a rush to do that judgment, just simply because in this particular case, this is definitely not silver, definitely fake. I've tested this multiple times in multiple ways. It is 100% fake. Let's move on to the next piece. It's a beautiful chain, again stamped with 9 to 5, 100% fake. Here is how it looks. There we go. Nothing special about the chain. I like the design and I like the color of the chain. That's why I picked it up. I figured it could be silver, but unfortunately it was absolutely nothing, so just wasted my money on this one. Let's go to the next one. This piece, fake, completely fake, nothing special about it. It's got some stones in there, probably plastic. I haven't tested these, but 100% fake, nothing special about this one. Now let's move on to the next one. This is chain. What gave it up for me is that it kind of looked like silver. It's got this white, white shining reflection. You can see there a little bit, and that what kind of made me think that it could be a silver piece. I took a risk on it. Again, probably paid under $5 for it, as for most of these items. Let's call it a costume jewelry. There we go. Here is another 9 to 5 piece, definitely stamped with 9 to 5. Here is how it's looking. Let me just stretch it out for you a bit. It's a nice chain, very beautiful, looks very real, looks very similar to the real piece. I would say maybe it is a little bit too bright, but again, if you were to take the silver and you clean it and you polish it, you buff it up, silver will look similar to this, maybe even brighter for some of the pieces. Just keep that in mind. Now for this particular piece, I just got it because I like the design of the chain. Look at this, it's very beautiful to my eyes. I really liked it. It's very nice. If this would have been a real piece, I would probably even consider wearing it myself. It's a very nice piece, definitely something you don't see every day. Under magnifying glass, you can really see the details, how beautiful it is. I definitely would consider this piece, if you were to sell a piece like this, I would say you could easily ask over $100 for it, because it looks really, really nice in a daylight. Like, it's really, really beautiful design for the chain. Next piece. This particular one is actually, sorry about the spider. This particular one actually fake, 100% fake. Again, it's stamped right there with 9 to 5. Nothing special about it. Again, picked it up because I thought it's actually silver. I have seen similar pieces that looked like that. It's nice and shiny. It's white. Fortunately, this turned out to be fake. So if you're gonna see something similar to this, be aware and be sure to ask for the chemical testing. Do not trust hallmarks on this piece. Here's another piece, this beautiful dog or cat. I think it's dog. Again, stamped on the back with 9 to 5 right there. I think it says sterling 9 to 5. Definitely fake. It's got some stones, just glass in the front. Looks very nice. It's a beautiful pendant, but again, 100% fake, not even silver plated. Nothing at all. Now let's look at this piece. This piece, again, 100% fake, nothing special about it. Looks like it was maybe given to somebody for graduation, maybe, or something like that. I think it's stamped in the back right there. It says something there. I don't remember what it says, but I'm pretty sure that it says either STR or Sterling or 9 to 5, one of those. But again, it's 100% fake. So somebody made these or somebody bought these for somebody thinking that it's a real thing, and they just wasted their money on the piece. Next piece, again, another chain. I actually have exactly same one or very similar looking one. Like if you were to put them side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And this one is 100% fake. Again, stamped with 9 to 5. Nothing special about it, just standard 9 to 5 stamp, 100% nothing there. Just some kind of alloy, nothing special at all. Let's move on to the next piece. This chain right here, it's got some rings there, so it definitely stamped with 9 to 5, 100%. At first I was thinking that maybe these rings right there are actually gonna be silver. They're not even silver plated. The chain not silver plated, nothing special. And right there on this side or on the other side, you have a stamp of 9 to 5. Unfortunately, it's absolutely nothing, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Now this piece right here is actually a very nice looking chain, very fine work on it. It's very small detail. I like these kind of chains, they're very beautiful, but unfortunately this one, again, stamped 9 to 5. So these are mistakes that I'm making, right? From time to time I will trust the stamp and buy these kind of chains. And here is another one very similar to the first one. Again, nothing special about it. Again, stamped, but unfortunately complete garbage or costume jewelry. There's nothing there. Let's take a look at this piece. So this came from, I believe it is from the pearl necklace. You can see a tiny little pearl. Pearl is actually fake, and on the back here it actually says sterling. There's a stamp there, maybe hard to see. See if I can show it to you right there. It will say sterling, but of course it's fake. There's nothing there. Even clasps being faked, which is, I think, kind of ridiculous. I mean, the cost of the real sterling silver clasp like this is probably, we're talking cents, as in maybe 1/10 of 1 cent, just simply because when you're making these in high production, I do not see how this can cost that much money. So people that faking these, I don't know, probably billionaires by now, because I mean, not just this clasp, I mean all of this jewelry, because people buy, they trust them, and when they go resell them later, they told that all of these are fake. So again, trust places you buy from, but be sure to also verify it. Maybe buy from one jeweler and then go to another jeweler to verify it and tell you that it's a real thing. I think that's a really good practice. Or if you want to get more sophisticated, buy yourself chemical testing kit and verify these things yourself. Just be careful with acid, because it can burn your fingers and then you're gonna have black marks on them. They do come off in a few days, that's fine, but it's gonna burn the skin and you're gonna be walking with black marks for a few days. Here's another piece. I was thinking that if this is a memorable piece that somebody gives to somebody, it's gonna be a real thing, but unfortunately this particular piece is 100% fake. There is nothing to it at all, just the costume jewelry. Again, stamped with 9 to 5 at the back. Here's another piece, again stamped at 9 to 5. I'm already tired of repeating that all of these are stamped with 9 to 5, but just to keep the video in the full format, I want to say that this one, again, stamped with 9 to 5 right there. I have a real one like this, like I already said, for another chain, and it looks very, very similar. So these fakes are very good if you're just looking with your eyes and you don't have any other tools to verify it. It's gonna look almost identical. I think they're like cloning these or something. They really, really good. Really good fakes. I wanted to say that. So there we go. Yeah, so be very careful when you're buying these. Be very diligent, do your testing, verify it, take it to another jeweler to verify it. Don't waste your money on these fakes. Now, and the last piece is this. It is actually stamped with Tiffany, and there's a 9 to 5 in the back there, right there. So again, 100% fake. This piece is fake, that little chain is fake, this is fake, and this piece is fake as well, not even plated silver. Again, be very careful when you're buying these things. Please put your comments and thoughts down below in the comments. I'd really appreciate any feedback. If you have any questions about these, please let me know. I'm gonna tell you right away, I don't want to be disclosing where I'm buying these. Again, there are many stores out there. When you go, you can find these. These are both used, so there you go. You got a hint there. You know where these are being picked up. And when you're buying these, again, be sure you test these, right? You know, I used to trust store employees saying, oh, it's real, look, there's a stamp. As these 26 pieces or 25 pieces telling you, all of these are fakes, and there are many, many out there. This is just one guy looking at the local stores that sell this stuff. So again, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you find this informative. Please put your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'll be happy to answer what I can. Talk to you in the next one. Take care.